Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn Mod, episode 49 of the Burundi playthrough. For a recap, have basically taken over the entire southern part of Africa, and we are gonna be finishing that off. I'm not able to declare war on my two original targets due to kind of guarantees by other nations. So just don't want to run afoul of what that would bring to the fight. We're not exactly ready for some of those battles. If you watch the earlier episodes, mostly around episode 41, 2, and 3, I think those are self-explanatory about why that may not work out in our favor. Alright. Need to move some of these army groups up, though. So, Army Group 1 is going to the Nigerian border. And then I'm going to put Army Group 2 on the Sudan for now. Then go in a relatively fast pace for them to walk these rails. Alright. Let's go with a rail line there. And that'll be a size 6 rail all the way to the coast. And yeah, we're gonna have to take them out so that we can finish our rail line even. This will be a 6. You can kind of see the hubs I might want. Like there, there. And there. Just to give fallback points. Get those moved up. Yeah, the defensive fortifications we had got absolutely trashed along that front. That's hilarious. Oh man. Since we have like 3 trillion in cash, we might as well invest that if we can. We can't. We're still locked down. 15 current projects. I think, yeah, this whole episode is just gonna be modernizing our military. So 3. I want Army Group 3 to have the most modern equipment. No, that's not what I want. I want Marines. They've taken 11,000 casualties. They need help. Hopefully being a Marine equipped to be a Marine will help them. Yeah, so those are our first mechanized groups. Do these have templates I can look at? Curious if these are related to their original ones. Okay, that's why they were so strong. They're like 60 width. Yeah. 47 combat width with nearly 1,000 base breakthrough. I may need to build a template like that. Trying to think. Yeah, if it was under 50, it could be in city combat in a stack of 5. It's just... It has so little mobility outside of that. Like on the mountains, you see how bad those divisions do. Because the increases are high, but the decreases are just as bad, if not worse, for any penalties. Like I may actually need these. How many boats do I have? 8. Why is this SSN? Did I assign an SSN? Doesn't have a nuclear engine. Oh, I messed that up then. But those will work. We're really going to use them in one area. Alright, so this is our first naval unit. That's awesome. Create our first task force. Split these off. We don't have any commanders, so... Where did he go? Oh, he's there. He's got no portrait. What a winner. He's winning in life. He's unknown. Portraitless soul. Alright, so if we were gonna invade Madagascar, we would be going from our main area directly across. And patrol is gonna be in the same exact area. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else with them. That's all they're gonna do. They're making marine divisions? That's insane. But no, it's really good we got our naval units. Having naval units is a huge step. Now, the other problem we're going to have is that Europe has invasion points on all of these islands to us. So I gotta make sure they're still at war. Looks like they are. They're at war with everyone, but they're winning. I don't know why this... They're at war, but they're... No one's captured them. It's just weird. Alright, we're gonna annex South Africa already. Get that out of the way. Okay. Should give me a bunch of divisions I don't want. The Parachute Battalion? Why call it the Parachute Battalion? It's... Oh my god. What's with the naming theme here? Yeah, these Marine groups. Who's up first? December 11th of next year. October 30th of this year. So we'll get this guy here. More scientists we have to fill out. How many research facilities? They had 2 extra. We have a civilian? We do not. You would think we would have a surplus in steel. That is not a surplus. Okay, so we need to add office spaces to this queue. All around there. Then I'm gonna add civilian factories here. Where are the military? Yep. No. Yeah, no, military will work. I'm gonna add 10. And I'm gonna add the rest of those to be office space. Supply hubs that didn't get built. Be that one. This one in the back line, and then I'll need another one. Probably. Looks mostly fine. Needs more supply hubs though. Alright. Look at these rail lines real quick. Not filled out how I would necessarily like it. We need some coverage across the cape here. Here we go. That should all culminate here. These main lines. Here, here, and here. Yeah, and these mountain ranges. Kinda lacking. But that's fine. We'll just push the supply hub right there. What else? This right side is underdeveloped and the left. There's a main line north that needs to be built. This is going to be at war, so this would be nice if it actually had a rail line. And build off that. That'll be supplied from both sides. But definitely a supply hub there. No, what happened to the lines? This should have had built. Something like that. That would be more of a hub. This really shouldn't be. The back line. Alright. Civilian. Let him in. Like a mutual investment treaty. Alright. I'm gonna push the offices, these civilian and these military factories up. How are we doing on power? Like we have way too much. So I'll keep with 2 plants till that catches back up. Alright, let's pick the speed up slightly. Yeah, our supply hubs. All those regions are fine. Except going north. Let's see. This is a 6. Move this over there. Let's look at this. Just put it more in the center of Africa. So let's bump that up. Or no. Well, yeah, we could have a 6 going off and then that could feed that way. We just need this hub to have more connections if that is going to be the case. Connected there. Nope. Yeah, it does have a direct. And we could have this. Let's cut across. Alright, large caliber gunships. So that'll then go to what? Palletized ALCMs. What does that mean? Does that mean we get the Hellfire crates? Is what that looks like? I really don't think I need those. We do need naval weapons. Oh, that's right. I do have all sorts of things I need to add in to the templates. Okay, let's start with jets. Or not jets, the heavy lift aircraft. Call this 2033. Burundi Union. What was that? Mid-air refueling? Not big on that. Let's see. Get a jump on this. No, not the helicopter. We want aircraft carriers. Alright, so I'm not making a wing. I'm making a gunship. Doing a 105. We want ground attack. No, I was making a heavy lift. Whoops. Alright, let's remove all that. I don't need any of that. My bad. No. No need for... This increases flight range. I don't think you carry more goods, but I could be wrong. Let's keep that how we have it. We want mid-air refueling. Definitely think redundant systems helps. So does self-healing. No. It's either going to be stealth shaping, which will be 217, or materials, which is 219 and 80. So this is better. We're just going to update that. I think we can get by with 4 of these engines, but let's try 2. We can do 2. Design wise, does anything look cool? I mean, we'll just go with what that is. Where's the production panel? So this is going to replace the crane. It'll be the HL2. I don't know what to call it though. Gotta come up with a name. I have to. Maybe I name it after a city, and I like this city name though that I see right below me. The Kigali. It's speed and fuselage, or fuel usage. But a 10 stack of engines. Doesn't use any steel. That's a thing of beauty. Alright. So we have a modern heavy lift craft, hopefully. I don't know if putting extra cargo would help. That's one thing I'm kind of curious on. Looks like our Navy acquired our second ship. Oh dear God. No, cancel that. This needs to go to this one. Is any of this any good? 1980s. If it's all 1980s, I'm just gonna do this. I don't want it. Especially not like that. So, aircraft manufacturer. These are the medium planes. I think these are going to be our carrier craft. We're just going to give them air attack. power or superiority power. Light a craft here. We'll get some updates. The flight range and ground attack, and then we'll give them that for reliability. I do want to take a decision here to boost the owner wages. Okay. So that's just one army group. Which Army Group 2 is up on the border with Army Group 1. What units are these? These are special forces? Sure. Sure they are. Okay. Let's see. If we go back to production, be making up any ground here. Looks like we've made our reinforcements we needed, and these are just upgrades now. So let's get some aircraft going that are going to be useful. So I'm not going to keep what I'm about to make active for very long. There should be... That's interesting. It made 4 models because of the upgrades from getting the factories. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which one I choose, I guess. They're all the same to me. We're just going to replace this. Take that. Upgrade everything there. Give it latest upgrades. Put some E-War on it. And we're going to call this 2033. Ooh, and this is going to be heavy gunship, so HG. HG1. And we'll call it the Fireball. Alright, so we'll put that with its own line. And this is just going to convert the whole time. That's all it's going to do is conversion. New aircraft. We're going to end up decommissioning this kind of multi-role fighter we have. I don't want to be making that anywhere. Alright, let's check it out. This is pretty simple. It's going to be straightforward. 2033 Burundi B1. I'm going to call it Thunder. So it wants to put what? A bomb bay? No, we're doing stealth internal bomb bays. And what are these? They're hard points. No, this is gonna be a flying wing. Another stealth bomb like bay. Nuclear consent. Has stealth shaping, so it has everything stealth already. Could boost the reliability. That boosts air defense. Is there anything that I would want? It may be mid-air refueling. Like everything's upgraded. Let me see. A twin engine can provide the thrust we need. It cannot. This baby is pretty heavy. Alright, so this is our strategic bomber. We're not going to make very many of these. So we'll keep those pretty small. And then the other thing we want that we're not going to make a ton of gonna be variant of this ship, or this right here. Call it the HG. And we're gonna call it the Flash. This is gonna be another gunship. It looks like we can bump everything up. Nah, we're gonna call it the Ghost. Oh, no. Widowmaker. Yeah, we can upgrade this later. Save that. Get that on the line. Like, not seeing anything too crazy now. Like our production's kind of where I'd want it. Ground vehicles at least. The only thing left is going to be attack choppers. Once we get a 4th gen, I'll make it. Outdated equipment. Hold up. Did it knock off my... Where's the HG Fireball? This is recommissioned. That is not outdated. Those are never outdated. I don't know what he's talking about. Alright, so special operations groups are going to get our assignments for these first. Oh, look at that. Now they're outdated. I kind of figured that would happen. I'll have to go through and make the upgrades once I get the final items in this. Targeting pods. Such for air recon for the AWACS. Oh, come on! Yeah, research speed. I think we'll end up converting all these, so I'm gonna remove those. Alright, I don't want any of these. Not a one. This thing has a base of 7, 1.8k kilometers an hour. And that's old. That's an old piece of tech for the US. Alright, so I need surface ships and fighter planes. We have a ranger assignment. Oh. Oh, let me pause. Oh, dear God. To the next episode.